What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And a couple of days ago in my Instagram profile, I asked from my followers that what if I told you that you are using the ChatGPT wrong, and because there are different GPT versions and you are using them wrong. And I asked my followers whether you guys want me to do a proper breakdown when to and how to use these GPT models. And I ran a poll, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do a video and teach them how to use it. So in this video, I'll be breaking down all that stuff. So if you are also using ChatGPT just like a kind of a one tool, you are doing it wrong. And because I believe there are about 5 or 6 versions, we'll dive deep into this right now. And each one of those versions, each one of those GPT models are built to do different tasks. Like they are built for a different kind of mind. And one model is to be creative, one model is to be technical, and there's another model to be more strategic likewise. And so there are models differently built for different tasks. And today in this video, we are going to dive into ChatGPT, and I'll be breaking down each and every single one of them. So without further ado, let's dive in. Let me share the screen now. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess y'all can see me. All right. So I have opened a couple of ChatGPT bars. Right. So let me show you guys exactly how these different models behave or act. So okay. In this one, I have opened ChatGPT 4.5. Let's do 4.0 over here. I'm not gonna do everything, but just for you guys to get an idea. And I'll do 03. Let's do a different one, and let's say 04. Right. So I have opened up 4 different GPT models. Right. So let's try to give this a task. All right. So let's upload a file. Okay. I'm just gonna upload this file. Right. So the file that I'm uploading this is the COVID report that the White House released about how saying that how it's not a natural cause or whatever, how it's been a lab leak pretty much funded by US kind of thing. You can download this report from White House official website. So this report has about 500 plus odd pages. I'm still going through this. So we'll just give it a prompt, it's like a simple prompt. Don't try to caught me don't try to catch me in this prompt. I'm just gonna give it a simple prompt. I want you to act as a researcher and summarize this PDF with, let's just say, 5 bullet points. Right. So I'm just gonna copy this, press enter. We'll upload the same thing over here. Let's repeat the same task with all models. And so let me show you guys. Okay, still it's uploading. But okay, let's get the results of the first thing. All right, so this is still giving me the results. So understand, certain GPT models there's this thing called reasoning. I will dive deeper into later on this video. Based on the reasoning and everything, the time it takes to give you the results and everything can be very certain models can give you the results immediately really fast, and certain models take a little bit more time to give the results, right? So okay, so this has already given the results. Here's summary of the PDF. Lab origin of COVID-19, cover-ups and the transparency issues, response effectiveness and the issues, fraud and mismanagement, abuse of authority and political influence. So these, okay, this is how it has given it. All right, so this is also done. We can press enter that. Okay, it's still uploading. Okay, these two are still uploading, right? So we can pretty much check the differences of the first two, right? So this is 4.0. So basically 4.0 is pretty much really good for day-to-day, everyday kind of tasks. I'll dive deeper into this aspect of things. I hope you guys can see it. Yeah. All right, perfect. Anyhow, so this is 4.0. So you guys can already see the difference between these two, right? And let's see if this is also done. All right. So now look at this. Here it says reading document. Let's say. So you guys can already see the two differences of these two results. I have given the same document, same prompt, but different model. So you guys can see this is 4.5. This is good for the it says research preview, good for writing and exploring ideas. So basically this has given in that form of way, and this is a 4.0. It has given a summary of basically pretty much on the same things, but like in different aspects, right? Harmful public health, politics, and overreach, success of operation wrap, stuff like that. Like the content might be kind of similar, but the output is different. Look at this. And look at these things, like even COVID-19 AAR summary, pandemic report summary, COVID-19 pandemic review. Look at even the topics, right? Okay, look at this. Thought for 38 seconds. Origins and cover up. This is way different, and this is also different. Basically, the reason why I did this exercise is for you guys to give you an idea that there are different models. These different models gives different results, even though you give the same prompt. The results you are gonna get gonna be different, right? That's the reason why I sort of did this at the beginning of the video, so you guys know what you are gonna learn in this video, because these different models are designed to perform in different ways for different tasks, right? So I'm gonna dive deeper into these models and sort of gonna teach you what exactly these tasks are specialized for. Let's start off with the 4.0 mini, right? So the 4.0 mini is kind of a version that, think of the 4.0 mini as the Swiss Army knife of ChatGPT, right? It's pretty much ideal for most of your day-to-day tasks. You can ask about anything. It's good for summarizing. It's good for content creation to get certain content ideas. It's good for write email draft, quick brainstorm sessions, or whatever. So 4.0 mini is pretty good for most of those kind of stuff. It's super fast, it's accurate, and I believe it's free as well. You can use 4.0 mini in the free version as well. I'm not using the free version, I'm using the plus version, so I'm not sure if it's available. I believe it's available in the free version. I think you might not get access to the 4.5, but 4.0 mini is ideal for your day-to-day tasks. I believe most people are using 4.0 mini by default. This is the version that ChatGPT by default gives for people to use. 4.0 mini is basically the Swiss Army knife of GPT's versions. It's pretty much ideal for every single scenario. And if you move to 4.5, over here, it says research, right? It already says research preview, good for writing and exploring ideas. So basically, this 4.5 is like a copywriter, but kind of with a soul. You know what? It's emotional intelligence, and at the same time, it's creative. It kind of like an AI with a lot of creativity, intelligence, and also who can give you a lot of clarity as well with certain research and etc. If that makes sense. It's ideal for storytelling, most likely to content creation, in detail content creation. Then if you are if you're a website designer or an SEO manager or whatever, for certain product descriptions, create those stuff, so ideally this is really good for designers, content creators, marketers, for those people to get get deeper into things and get more better outputs in terms of whatever that you want to get done through a better research. For an example, if you are a social media manager, if you are a social media manager, the ideal one would be 4.5 if you are to create a certain campaign plan for a client, or a social media plan for a client, to do certain copyrights for a client or whatever. The ideal GPT version. Basically, you can look at GPT 4.5 like the friend of yours who knows exactly what to say when you are down. You know what I mean? High emotionally IQ friend who always know what to say when you are kind of feeling down, or when you're kind of feeling heartbroken or whatever. This guy always knows what to say. You can look at 4.5 like that. So let's get into the next one. Let's talk about O4 Mini High. O4 Mini High is the hacker's choice, because 4 Mini High is mostly focusing on coding and visual reason. It's like the hacker's choice. This can solve certain Python issues or stuff like that. So think of O4 Mini High as your AI developer or AI software engineer that kind of like doesn't take any breaks or whatever at all. And moving on to O4 is like the fastest brain in the room. It's super fast. It's faster than O3, but slightly less in depth. But it's ideal for coding. It's ideal for certain maths or engineering questions or whatever. Like pretty much ideal for like STEM questions or queries or stuff like that. And you can get certain quick summaries and stuff like that. And moving on, and the O3. So O3 is one of the versions that I'm using most of the time because O3 is like the chess grandmaster of these GPT models. It's the thinker, basically, the strategic thinker. Right? As an entrepreneur, I most of the time I use O3 as well for like different my day-to-day tasks kind of things. But think this is ideal for certain complex multi-step reasoning models. Like for an example, if you are to create certain business strategy or certain financial forecasting or whatever, like because those things are going to take certain, like it's not going to be like you ask one thing and you get the answer. It's not like the thing that we just did at the beginning of this video. You ask for a summary and you get the answer, right? When you're creating a business strategy or something like that, it's gonna be like multi-step. You ask something, you get the answer, and you ask something else on top of that. You just keep on diving deeper and deeper into the things. Like O3 is ideal for those kind of things, and it'll explain more strategic ways, and it can analyze in depth. So O3 is like a go-to model. So ideal world, O3 is like the personal business consultant that you are hiring without paying a single penny. I believe I covered pretty much all the models, and so those are the main models that you can see right now. You guys, most of the time you all might not be able to access the O1 Pro mode. It's like the Legacy Genius. It's like the most advanced, so it's much more slower than all the other models, but it's pretty much built for long form kind of research heavy work, especially for researchers, lawyers, certain strategy makers, policy makers, like people like that. I hope you guys got an idea of the differences of these GPT models and what are the best ways to use them. I want to keep this video as short as possible because I'm not going to dive into in depth. So like I try to explain this as simply as possible so most of you guys can understand what these certain models are without going into deep technical aspects of things. But basically understand the fact that just because the numbers are low, that doesn't mean these GPT versions are not up to date or whatever, right? So in a summary, you can use GPT-4o for day-to-day things, initial drafts or stuff like that, and you can use the 4.5 to refine those kind of tasks and do more in-depth research, and you can use the O3 for more analysis, and if you want certain strategic outputs, you can use O3, and O4 mini is for pretty much coding and debugs and stuff like that, and O1 Pro, which is not available for most people, is like the grandmaster of these GPT models, right? The thing that I have seen that most people are doing, most people are lazy and they use the same model for every task. So just don't use one model for everything. If you're using the free version, you can get a lot of access, but if you are a person who is using ChatGPT day to day, I would recommend you to pay the $20 and get the plus version. But again, it's up to you. If you don't have the need, you don't have to. But if you are using day to day, again I'm telling you, like if you're using day to day every single day for different tasks and stuff like that, I would recommend you to pay for it and get the plus version, because that sort of gives you better results and better outputs. And also understand, as I'm always saying, AI is not here to replace you. It's pretty much here to amplify you and help you with a lot of tasks, but at the same time it'll only do that if you learn how to use it, if you learn how to use these right tools in the right way. Because if not, you are going to fall behind, and the people who learn how to use these tools in the right way will outsmart you. And it's going to happen eventually, and it's unavoidable, and at the same time it's not going to take so much time. It's going to happen within the next couple of years, because I did two videos and two videos about the dark side of AI. And if you haven't watched that video, I will put the links down below for those two videos. Take a look at it. I'm explaining about the dark side of the AI, how humanity is in the danger, and what kind of things that we can expect within the next 2 to 3 years in terms of AI, and what sort of a crisis that we are in politically, device, and all the stuff. So if you haven't watched that videos, it's worth checking them out. And if you want me to dive deeper into how to prompt, how to do the AI workflows, and what other AI tools you can use to get your day-to-day task much more easier and much faster, drop the comment, give me the playbook. I will do that video, and I'll help you guys to build your whole ecosystem with AI. As always, guys, stay sharp, stay humble, and think big.